BF6 is just a game and it can be improved. These things take time to work out. Battlefield 4 took over a year, and the game will likely have a life cycle of 3 to 4 years. Right now in its current form it's fun and has a lot of potential, being leaps and bounds above 2042, but it feels like a product built to sell, not a game that people love to make. In this video, it's my honest thoughts based on my experience, split into 3 sections. Could be better, it's alright, and I like it. If there's anything specific, use the chapters or timestamps in the description. I'm open to feedback, let me know if I missed anything, and I would like to hear your opinion. The maps feel like an over-the-hill pro trying to reinvent himself in the last years of his career, and the reason everyone accepts it is because he was good in the past. Think of the fun with BF4 and the cinematic experience and colours of BF1. The maps feel unfinished in places, and it's not your typical Battlefield maps. The bigger ones seem purpose-built. New Sobek City for rooftops, filled with condensed verticality. Blackwell oilfields for some airtime in the jets and helis that can't be used due to AA and how open the map is, ironically. And a lack of flanking opportunities. In some maps the flanks are barren and you're easily spotted unless you crawl at a snail's pace up the map. For me, we need more depth, such as tunnels, more narrow passageways to avoid choke points, and create pockets of fighting within the larger battle. The maps have become more of a funnel for both infantry and vehicles, with typically 3 main roads or pathways. They haven't found a balance yet between the two. For example, in New Sobek City on Objective B, you're a fish in a barrel for all nesters on the building that surround it, which is a challenge for the developers, just like the challenges they have set. Battlefield is an objective-based game and the challenges reward everything but that. The challenges should be objective-based, stupid, fun, or just damn right diabolical. But don't create kill-centric challenges and make it almost impossible to do them. For example, the original ADS challenge demanded 150 headshots over 200 meters when there was very limited opportunity to actually do this in game. Then, after receiving some feedback, they later reduced it to 1 gaming session, as all you required was 5 ADS headshots down from 150. It should be a balance between rewarding the player but still taking some level of thought and time to complete, as we have years to complete the challenges. Another issue is the battle pass aggression. All you get when you log into the game is buy the pass, buy the pass, buy the pass. Every time you get harassed to buy the pass. I've already bought the game, just leave me alone. Microtransactions should be a bolt-on, not a necessity, and shouldn't be thrown in your face at every opportunity. After the backlash of 2042, they have gone back to what works, the standard Battlefield modes, gunplay, and classes. But unfortunately they're offering what they gave us 12 years ago. There's been no real expansion of the game modes that were as fresh or as exhilarating as operations from BF1 that was both atmospheric and dynamic. Let's move on to stuff that is okay but could use a bit of work. With the use of destruction there are plenty of Battlefield moments. But on maps like New Sobek City, we should be able to flatten the rat's nest by erasing them completely from the map. Levolution did create a new experience within older games, which in my opinion was part of the Battlefield experience. On the plus side, the inclination to use natural decay of the map as time goes on does create a more warlike experience, which is good to see, but I know that's not for everyone, just like RedSec. It's not for me, but it's good to see them offering more than just the standard game. Although it is catering to a wider audience, it's chasing the Warzone crowd, which takes away from the Battlefield feel of the game. And talking about Battlefield, and taking away from Battlefield experience, Battlefield 6 in some ways echoes Battlefield 4 with better graphics and a duller colour palette, which means in part it lacks its own identity and is 12 years late to the party. It creates nostalgia, and for me it just creates a thirst to play Battlefield 4 instead. If you made it this far, drop a like and comment the word gingerbread. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, it really helps the channel out. Now back to the video. What I do like, but it's not perfect, matchmaking, bots, and generalising the game of Battlefield. The game modes and tweaks feel like they're catering to everyone, including Battlefield vets and newbies, but instead pleasing no one. I feel their focus is getting everyone on the game and seeing what happens, as opposed to letting the developers create a fun experience for people to try. On top of appealing to the masses, there's an issue with matchmaking, especially off-peak and on console, which is just strange at times. In my experience, I turn crossplay on, play a game in a full lobby and the game finishes. Then I get kicked to a new game full of console-only players and bots. I think, that's not right, and proceed to quit and get pulled into a new game with only console players, but it's now a different map with a full lobby. And I just think to myself, why wasn't I put there in the first place? I like the idea of bringing new players to the platform and catering to casual gamers that want to enjoy themselves, but the execution has been poor. After a game, why not give the option of where to go to next? For example, you can go to a console lobby with 6 bots in the whole lobby, or a full lobby with crossplay on. As there's no worse feeling than seeing your favourite map only to be in a lobby with 5 real players and having to quit to make sure you use your precious gaming time well. In general, I like the idea, but it needs some work. A massive positive though for Battlefield 6 is they've took a strong stance against cheating, and they are winning so far with the use of the EA Javelin. With the statement from DICE, they have actively targeted and disrupted the cheat market, leading to 96% of identified cheat-related programs and hardware vendors announcing failures are going offline, which is great to see. The game is a lot of fun and is full of Battlefield moments, and with the game being in its infancy, that is really exciting to be a player and enjoyer of the franchise. But what I would like to see is more new content. New content has been released with the addition of Blackwell and Eastwood, as well as the Ice Lockdown Empire State, which has been refreshing so far, but we need more and a continuous pipeline to keep the game feeling fresh and newer players engaged. Battlefield 6 is like an apology for 2042. It lacks innovation with a focus on the basics with a modern engine. I want to play it and it's fun, but it's missing something, and only time will tell if it gets its magic spark back. Let me know your thoughts on the game so far, both good, bad, and ugly. Thank you for watching.